The white victimhood delusion. Trump, South Africa, and the manufactured myth of persecution. Let's not mince words. There's something rotten in the rhetoric, and this time it's coming from the highest levels of power. When Donald Trump and his administration began loudly lamenting the so-called persecution of white farmers in South Africa, many of us raised our eyebrows. Rightfully so. But now it's time to go beyond skepticism. It's time to call this out for what it really is, a deeply disingenuous, racially coded ploy rooted in the global white victimization movement. Let's start by setting the record straight. There is no white genocide happening in South Africa. None. Not now, not ever. The term white genocide is not just a lie, it's a propaganda tool. It's the same term used by white nationalists and far-right conspiracy theorists who want to recast those in power as persecuted saints. And guess what? Donald Trump picked up that rotten baton and ran with it, using the White House as his platform. Which brings us to Charl Kleinhaus, a name you need to remember. Kleinhaus is one of the 59 white South African refugees who Trump just ushered into our country. Kleinhaus claims to have fled South Africa after people allegedly tried to seize his farm in Limpopo, the country's northernmost province. He also said he was threatened. On the surface, that sounds troubling. But dig even slightly deeper and you'll find a story riddled with holes and wrapped in privilege. When Kleinhaus applied to enter the United States, he wasn't asked to provide a shred of proof. No land deed, no eviction notice, no police reports, not even a written timeline outlining the supposed threats and events he said forced him to flee. The U.S. immigration system, which, let's not forget, routinely demands mountains of documentation from asylum seekers from other parts of the world, suddenly became a revolving door of goodwill for a white man claiming victimhood with zero evidence. That's not compassion. That's racial favoritism dressed up as national security. And who are these supposed victims, anyway? Let's talk about the Afrikaners. They are the descendants of Dutch colonizers who led apartheid, a brutal system of racial segregation that legally and violently oppressed the black majority in South Africa for nearly 50 years. It was the Afrikaner-led government that passed the laws, built the racist institutions, and wielded the weapons that kept apartheid alive for generations. Yet somehow, in this bizarro world narrative Trump's peddling, the descendants of oppressors have morphed into the oppressed. Let's look at the facts, shall we? In post-apartheid South Africa, white citizens make up about 7% of the population, and yet they still own 70% of the land. They still hold the majority of top management positions in major industries. They dominate wealth, corporate influence, and rural ownership. These are not statistics of a persecuted class. They're the receipts of privilege, hoarded and protected even after political power shifted. So again, we must ask, why is Trump so eager to lay out the red carpet for white South Africans while he cages children at the border, bans Muslims, and deports black refugees back into war zones? Why are white farmers from South Africa getting fast-tracked immigration status, while Haitian families, Central American mothers, and Sudanese asylum seekers are being told to get in line, if not outright shown the door? This isn't just hypocrisy. It's strategy. It's the weaponization of white fragility. It's part of a global movement that seeks to portray white people as the true victims in a world they've largely controlled. The idea is to hijack human rights language, bend it around those already in power, and demand that they be treated like the oppressed. I know Trump and Stephen Miller are somewhere clutching their pearls, but my message to them and their buddies is this. Did y'all think nobody would notice? Please take note. We are paying attention and we see you. Understand? We see you. A danger here isn't just theoretical, it's immediate and corrosive. Because if we allow these types of lies to fester, they chip away at the credibility of actual human rights abuses. They drown out the voices of real refugees and real victims. These types of lies erode our ability to respond compassionately and fairly to those who truly need help. We all should be asking real questions right now. Why was Kleinhaus's story accepted without scrutiny? Why weren't basic verification steps followed? Why is Trump giving a platform to people who ruled over apartheid rather than those who survived it? There are lies being told and there are truths being ignored. If you don't think that's dangerous, then you're not paying attention. This isn't about justice. It's about preserving whiteness. And unless we start calling it out loudly and relentlessly, the machinery of white victimhood will keep spinning, dragging truth and equity down with it. So ask questions, dig deeper, demand proof. Because sensible people don't let powerful lies go unchallenged. This is Sensible Sue signing off. Stay sharp and above all, stay sensible out there.